Hey everyone, welcome back to the DJ Sessions presents the virtual sessions. I'm your host Darren, and right now I'm sitting in the virtual studios in Seattle, Washington, and on the other end, coming in halfway around the world from Frankfurt, Germany, I have Jaxx and Vega, aka Marvin and Janice, coming in. How's it going today, guys?
Good, good. And you?
I am doing great. The summer couldn't be better. This year is going really fast.
I'm
I can't believe we're in the
sweating. It's so hot.
we're in we're in mid-July already. One of our other we've launched a new division of our company down in Arizona, Phoenix, Arizona, and my friend sent me a picture. Speaking about hot, it was 117 degrees there the other day.
Holy shit.
Yeah, right. I was down there not too long ago, and it was 113 during the daytime, and I'm like, okay, no, I can't do this. This is not good. But it doesn't sound like you get a lot of heat waves out there in Frankfurt, or is it notorious for warm weather out there?
Out here. Like I'm on the top under the roof, and it's like it's like this. It's like really insane
Awesome.
here.
Well, speaking about heat, your latest release, Desperados, with Hussman, was just recently released, correct?
Yes.
Yes, correct.
How has that been making its way up the charts and working out for you too?
We started the main theme of the track. We started here in the studio. Maybe it would be cool to start something like doing bass guitars and like have you would directly break in the Western theme. And I sent a husband, and he really loved the idea and had a break around it, and all those it turned out really great, and that's how.
Nice. And this was released on your label, Smash the House, correct?
And it was released on Underrated Culture from.
Okay. But you do have a label called Smash the House, correct?
Yeah, we actually signed that Smash the House in Belgium.
Nice. What gives you to what is your primary reason for making music? What got you started?
Oh, that's a long story. it started, I think, 10 years ago. 10 years ago from now, and it was the first thing I made with music was DJing, making some or play at some local clubs or some local festivals, little small parties. And yeah, a friend of mine started to produce music, making own music, and it was I think it was dubstep, what he was producing, and yeah, and then I watched it, and it was very interesting, and this was the first time I thought about it. So like, okay, let's make it by my own. Let's try it. Let's give them a try. Yeah, and now we are here, 10 years later.
What do you think distinguishes a DJ from a producer?
I think so many DJs are producer at the same time. I literally know a lot of people who producing and DJing. So I don't know what's the difference or what's the big difference, because I think it's normal today that every person who DJs produces too. So don't know if there's a big difference.
It's like to put out stuff. You can play your own stuff and test it out. Like you get that from the crowds. I'm like, it's way easier time.
Do you get to do you experiment a lot with your tracks in the clubs before they get released?
Yes,
definitely.
Yes,
definitely. Did have the chance to test out.
Was that the case at Boots House nightclub?
Yes, definitely.
I saw you recently played there, and trying things out.
We played there.
Does a bigger crowd satisfy you more, or is there a more magical element that satisfies you when playing music for a crowd of people?
I think
For me,
there's no big difference. If the party is good and the atmosphere is great, it doesn't matter if there are 15 or 50,000 people. So when the crowd's on fire and they having fun, having a good time, I think there's no difference, or it is nothing more special. So
What's the best?
I think
Oh, go ahead.
I think in the club you have direct connection because you're closer to the festival. Like you can't see the back of the. But yeah, in the club it feels magical energy there.
What's the best experience that you've ever been treated to by a promoter?
that's a good question.
A promoter. I don't know.
Did a promoter ever go above and beyond your writer and say, you know what, it's Jaxx and Vega, let's give them this, let's do this?
Yeah, I think it was like in Tirade Club, and they treated us really nicely. Bottles of champagne, like ordered us some stuff. I mean, we don't drink a lot during show, so we appreciate it a lot.
What's the best dinner you've ever been treated to?
The best dinner. Also, it was Taipei with I love more or less. We had a whole plate of everything, like local food. Or I told him, yeah, just show me what would eat the most here, and he gave me a whole plate, and I tried. Nice.
I was walking through the market. We have a Pike Place market here in Seattle yesterday with my girlfriend, and walked by a French restaurant called Maximilian. And we were just going to go in for drinks, but then I looked at the menu and I remembered that they had escargot on the menu. And I'm like, nope, we're going to get some escargot. We're eating snails today.
Oh, I never.
So yeah, they're good. They cook them in a little dish, and it's with butter and garlic, and it's like really hot. You got to wait for them to come out and cool down a little bit before you can eat them. But I kind of have one of those palates that is wide. I just can't eat anything that's alive.
Yeah.
That's like the squid on a stick thing. I and sea urchin. I can't do sea urchin. That's a tough one. Have you two won any awards?
Not till now.
Do you see
best award? I think ranking on Beatport you can get just like #1 Beatport. Like if you call it at this,
I call that an award.
Okay, if you call this an award, then we had one.
Yeah, because I mean, you've had millions of plays of your tracks.
Yes.
And climbing the Beatport rank. I mean, Beatport is such a necessity or such a monopoly on it now that, you know, do you think that Beatport actually might have a competitor in the future, or do you think they're just going to hold and maintain their monopoly?
I can't say it. I mean, it looked like Beatport had a little down a few years ago, and it was like, oh, they're going offline? Is it possible that they bring it up again like the old times 6, 7, 8 years ago? But now it makes a good, or it is, yeah, I think a little reborn. So Beatport has a new look. Some new categories, more specials, and I think, yeah, like you said, it is difficult to say if there is another company like Beatport or another site like Beatport who can, who can battle them.
I mean,
yeah,
they had the chance to.
I don't know.
To make, but I think Beatport you can find like everything like in offer in WAV or MP3 like something like no real competitor to or to libraries or something.
Yeah, it's kind of like the go-to, I guess, for everyone to go to. I mean, I personally do like 1001 track lists.
Yes.
You know, I'm not a DJ, but I love what the team over there at 1001 are doing, and I believe that's a more organic approach where people are submitting saying, this is who's playing my music and this is how many times it's showing up, and they
Yeah,
put together a really comprehensive report over there too, the team over there, and kind of track, and it looks like tech house is kind of dominating right now with house fully behind it, but looks like techno is making
absolutely.
a comeback, which is interesting.
Definitely.
So it's cool. And if you could describe your music in 3 words, how would you describe your music?
That's something for you, Marvin.
Like with powerful, euphoric, and like it depends on the situation. Exciting, so like exciting, powerful.
And
You can use
what
more words, but
what
but that's it.
measures do you take to actively promote yourself? I mean, fame and success doesn't just come out of nowhere. Do you have a good PR team? Are you good on your socials, or what's kind of one of your secrets of your promotional outreaches? How do you reach so many people?
Like just sending emails to everyone we like, so demos, and then we sending them to all the big DJs, like one first once, and I was like, okay, what the fuck? What? Yeah, it was like, okay, let's do music by sound completely different, and with feedback from Uma Oskan first, and like that send us more. It's like really great stuff. Dimitri Vegas like Mike, and then like, oh wow, that's how the stone got rolled, guided us to what we are here now.
So, are you active on your socials, or is it more of like a hindrance to you?
No,
I think we try. I think we try to be active. Yeah, as lot as or as much as we can. But yeah, I think the most promotional stuff over our socials is coming from our releases. And yes, the praise. I mean, between the promotion 1 week before the release, and then yeah, like 1-2 weeks after the release. And I think that's the key. We try to release a lot, to bring a lot of new music, to have a rhythm over the whole year, like some shows between, and then a lot of music that we can support, a lot of bigger artists who working with us. And I think that's a key for us to be in a good rhythm on our socials, to show the people what we do, and to give them hopefully good and fresh new music.
How long does it take you to finish a production on average?
I think
that's
like, if we have a good idea, like it could be done in a also happened, like if we can't the ideas are not flowing, could it take up to 1 hour possible.
And do either you have any bad habits that are beneficial to your careers?
I think so. I think of negative things, like something like that. I don't know if you are aware of this, but I need to learn myself, like to don't think that's not good for the future.
And have you ever received fan mail before? And if so, are you actively responsive to your fan mail?
Oh yeah, we get we receive a lot of mails, like yeah, normally some demo mails, music promotions from other producers and DJs. Um, this is what we try to respond every time, because new music for our sets, for our shows, is very important. So we try to give a listen to everyone who's sending us. And yeah, on Instagram, normally some messages, some good messages when someone was visiting our show, and they try to give a feedback, a good feedback, and yeah, texting us. So yeah, normally we try to respond to every message that we can or that we receive.
What's the sweetest thing that a fan has ever made for you?
He, he didn't he didn't make it, but we played in Oslo like 3 weeks ago, like 700 kilometers from Oslo to the city of Norway to Oslo, and it was a really sweet thing, and I really appreciated it a lot. So also, we
recently had. Go ahead.
pictures of ourselves and like Hennedestrasse. Those were also.
I recently had somebody that plays. They played in Toronto, and somehow they mentioned something about some buffalo wings, and a fan actually drove. I think it was from Kentucky. They drove with buffalo wings to give them buffalo wings at their show.
Wow!
They were like, "I love these buffalo
Nice.
wings." They drove hundreds of miles with these buffalo wings to
That's
give them a show. It's
crazy.
kind of very interesting. Have you two explored anything of doing anything in a virtual reality yet?
Gaming,
Personally,
yes.
for me, not yet.
I did gaming like with a VR, like it was really crazy, but something it's not my favorite part of gaming, but a cool experience.
We just recently launched the DJ Sessions nightclubs, virtual nightclubs in Altspace. And it'd be great to have you guys come by and do a tour sometime, maybe even play there sometime. I thought getting Desperados would be pretty cool in there. And we're really looking at VR as being the next bastion of another outlet that you're going to be able to promote, to reach an audience. It won't replace, obviously, the physical experience of being in a nightclub, but I'll tell you, when I put on my Oculus and I get into my VR nightclubs and I'm meeting with people, it's a pretty cool experience. So always talking with people about that to see if they're expanding into that, because I kind of see it as being the next website or the next social media, and that next frontier of where things are going to happen and commerce is going to happen and interaction is going to happen. It's going to be really cool. Speaking of commerce, do you guys have your own merchandise that you sell?
I mean, I
Like, that's a big yes.
we are planning some stuff, so maybe, but you can't tell yet.
Well, the reason I ask is because there's 3 little letters that were kind of a buzzword last year and still kind of a hot topic, and that is NFTs. Have either of you looked into doing NFTs?
I was close to do it, but I'm a risky person, so I didn't try it.
Yeah, it's going to be very interesting to see how the NFT market rolls out, especially for musicians, for artists. I mean, I looked at NFTs, everything I've seen out there so far. If I look at it like from a 50,000 foot view, is somebody makes a piece of artwork and then puts it out as an NFT, kind of like a collectible, like a baseball card or a trading card. And you're going to own that piece of artwork and you got it. But we're seeing music labels come out. I think one of our good friend Luke, who you guys know,
yes,
Luke has put us in contact with the first NFT record label, and
oh really?
Yeah, it's a full NFT label, and gonna see how that goes. It's pretty awesome, but like we're still investigating it because we do interviews like this, and I would be interested in making this interview available as an NFT and then saying, oh, hey, Jaxx and Vega,
Nice
I've
idea.
also co-sign this interview, and you attach your wallet, and if a collector, a fan of yours, buys this interview and then goes and trades it or sells it, you guys get a percentage of that little trade off, because you were here in the interview, and that would be living forever, and there might only be 10 of these available.
Yeah.
Crazy idea. That's
I think it'd be really something cool. Well, I look at it as a way to give back.
Sorry, but I don't know if you're aware of our 7, 8, 9, 10 sample pack. We had like combinations of cut it together, and then we had like visually playing turned that into an NFT, but we never saw it.
Yeah, it's interesting. I guess the process can be pretty easy to set it up, but it can also be really complicated on how to set it up. And then with the market being down just a little bit right now, the cryptocurrency is not valued at what it was a year ago. And I have like even my guy who is the guy that I'm working with to help me make these. He's like, just waiting a little bit for it to just go up just a little bit more before we start doing it. So, outside of electronic music, and this is a question for both of you, and Marvin, you can go first, and Janice, you can follow up. Who is your favorite artist outside of electronic music?
I think it's Hans. No, Hans Zimmer.
Hans Zimmer?
Yes, it's like orchestral stuff. He's like one of the best music. I think Colin also produces because like he has options and bring him to on instruments and all the stuff. So he like impresses me all the stuff music wise. It's like really great stuff.
Yeah, I know it sounds boring, but I would follow Marvin because Hans Zimmer is very inspirational. The concerts he do are very, very magical. I had a friend who was visiting a concert of him, and he said, "This is unbelievable. This is so great to hear this live. What he have ever done for every big movie." And yeah, so I would follow Marvin with the answer Hans Zimmer. Yes,
I've always been a fan of Danny Elfman. Are you familiar with Danny? He does a lot of movies, a lot of scoring for movies, soundtracks for movies and stuff. And but yeah, Hans is pretty dang good.
Yes.
He's pretty good. If you two
100%.
could score a movie, who would be the director of choice you would want to work with to score with, to do a soundtrack for?
Similar.
I don't think he doesn't direct. Is he directing movies now?
No, he's only composing, or
he just composes, right?
Yeah. I mean,
for the director, I would go with Steven Spielberg.
Spielberg. Funny enough, I was just going to watch Close Encounters, and I was going to watch Poltergeist. I didn't know. I had to look it up that Steven Spielberg actually directed Poltergeist. I believe so. Please make sure I'm right on this.
could be, yeah. Quentin
Yeah, I think it is. Tarantino would be a fun one.
Yeah.
Definitely would be a fun one to work with.
Yeah,
it was. Spielberg did Poltergeist. I was very. My girlfriend. I keep bringing her up in this conversation. She always likes it when I talk about her. By the way, she had not seen Close Encounters of the Third Kind or Poltergeist. It looks like Jerry Goldsmith did the soundtrack for Poltergeist. Very interesting. Did not know. He's a pretty big, well-known guy. So Desperados. What was the inspiration behind Desperados?
I mean, first of all, it was very for us. It was very a good time to be or to produce a follow-up with Husman. Yeah, I mean, we did Venom, the track Venom, earlier, and for us it was, yeah, very very special to work with him, because we love his music, we love his productions. And then yeah, we hooked him up with a good idea and said, hey, what do you think? Let's work on a new track. Let's work on something special. And yeah, I mean, this was the beginning of Desperados.
Nice. And now I just was looking up something online, and you mentioned, I think one of you mentioned this earlier, about 7, 8, 9, 10.
Yes.
And I'm looking at your Big Room Pack Volume 1. So you do
Yes,
master
that's
classes
like,
as well?
yeah, we because we got a lot of questions for like guys, we really love sample packs from you, and we did think 7 years ago for free on them, but we thought like let's do it and more high class stuff. So produce it 1 year or something like that. We did here's some tutorials and all. We explained how we make our music, and that's the best way. We recorded it with the team of 7, 8, 9, 10 tutorial in one package, and we sold it. So like experience how we work.
And it looks like you're using the good old FL Studio, Fruity Loops, right?
Yes, that's correct.
Wow. I remember when I was playing with Fruity Loops 3 long time ago. Uh-oh, did we lose Janice? Nope, we got him back in. We're bringing him back in. There we go. I'll bring him back in. It's all good. Seems like you guys are just really busy doing a lot of amazing stuff, though.
We are in the preparations for Tomorrowland because on Sunday, and doing some sets, mashups, and all the stuff.
Will you two be also attending ADE this year?
Yes.
Yes.
It'll be our first time going to ADE. We're super excited to be on the ground there. And, you know, it was funny. The conversation is, I assume you two have been there before.
We played.
Yeah, we played there.
We've been there like, and the last time it was we played Rave Culture, Eva Yoki, Timmy Trumpet, and yeah, it was really both parties and all the stuff. We love AD.
Yeah, I had big plans, and then I started to make those plans go smaller and smaller too.
Yeah,
I think we're just gonna go and have fun.
That's the right way to enjoy AD.
Yeah, I was overthinking it too much, I think, and I was like, you know what, we're gonna go have fun, but we are talking with I can't announce anything, but we're in talks to partner with somebody pretty prominent player there for ADE, but we'll only be working Wednesday, Thursday, and possibly Friday, and then it's Saturday, Sunday, and fun day. Well, the rest of the time. But we're super excited to be there. Would love to connect with you guys when we're there on the ground in Amsterdam.
Yeah, let's do it.
What's the best piece of advice, and we'll go each of you, what's the best piece of advice you've ever been given?
I think when I
Marvin, you start.
Yes, like do what you have to write, put all your heart in it. It's maybe, but like, you have really the love for in your music. You definitely have on. Like, don't give up. It doesn't. That's not good enough. You can evolve and try. Just go with it. One day, decisions. Work smart. Work hard. That's the best you can do. So you have a good future.
Yeah, I think that's the best advice. It is really important to work, to work hard, first of all, but to have fun with all this stuff. it doesn't bring you much when you just do it to be fame, or if you think you can be very, very rich with this. This doesn't matter. I mean, it is a hobby, and you have to work with this because you have fun and you want to do this. Yeah, it is your own option. And another one is to produce what you want to produce. Yeah, not focusing on one music genre or something. Do everything. Yeah, be experimental. So the best thing or the best tracks coming out when you or when you are experimental. Yeah, I think these are the best advices. Yeah.
Do either of you ever make music that never gets released?
Yeah, a lot of tracks.
I mean, I would say if I have projects on my computer, I think it will never see the day of light. So it's like,
yeah, it's a lot of music. So I mean, around on my personal computer, I mean, there are literally 100 projects who never coming out. only for my own.
yes.
Oh wow. I don't know. I don't know if I could handle a backlog like that. I'd want to get it out. If I was a producer, I'd be like, I gotta get this out. I gotta get this out.
Sometimes you have the problem you like send it to the A&R or something, and he was like want to. So sorry, and you're like,
Yeah.
oh.
Yeah, it's interesting. We're getting ready to launch our own label for the DJ sessions in Q1 of 2023.
Nice.
I'm really excited about that endeavor to get out there, but the thing is, I wonder, how my selection process will be. How are we gonna design this label? What are we gonna accept? What are we gonna deny? What are we gonna put out? And that's just gonna be a very interesting phase to move into, because I've always been to the premise that I want to work with everyone. But as we know, not everything is commercially viable or sellable.
True.
So,
Right.
what do we invest in? What do we put our marketing? What do we put our PR behind? And are there going to be successes? Are there going to be failures? It's going to be a very interesting pathway to go down, because every song we put out is not going to bang. Well, I mean, that'd be pretty awesome if every track we did, but that's just not the reality of how things go. And what we might love and think is awesome, the world may be like, no, this is not a good track. So what is your tried and true method for determining what tracks get released and what tracks don't?
Personally, for me, if
yeah,
when we do something, or when I finish the track, I always this one will make the cut or not, because you can buy your own works and what's not good for you. So it's like, I think that to pick the right songs.
Yeah, I think it is very important to produce like something. Now the weather is good, the sun is out, it's warm, so the most people want to get a festival track, or to get a track with a good happy melody, and everyone is celebrating. And like this, I think this is something we try to prepare, and to be experimental. I mean, and a new track who's coming out next has a flute on it. So if the people likes it or not likes it, we will see. But it is very there are so many differences between our tracks. So we try to do our best. If it works, the label says yes. If it don't work, the label says no. So yeah, it is very special every time.
where's the where's the weirdest or strangest place you've ever heard one of your tracks play? Like maybe caught you off guard. You didn't expect to hear it and it started playing.
Oh, I have a good one. I have a good on a on a parking in my local town here, and someone driving in a car behind me, and like together with Sandra Silva, and it was like he was like driving away.
They didn't know that you were right behind them, or did they kind of know? And that's hey, and they turn it up, and they didn't know you were there.
It's like, hey, that's my track, and he didn't heard it. He went.
Awesome. Well, guys, it's been a great time, and I just want to know: is there anything else you want to let our DJ Sessions fans know before we let you get going back to work?
Yeah, if you enjoyed it, let's follow on Instagram. We're playing a lot of new music. Hope upload it on YouTube. We would appreciate it. Check out DJ Sessions, and thanks for having.
That's right. We do have an exclusive set coming up to our audience here shortly.
Yes.
That'll be up on the site soon. And thank you very much for making that exclusive set. We just launched a whole new version on our site of our exclusive mix section. So we're super excited to get that up and get that out there and have it playing in our virtual nightclubs. And I did go ahead and throw up that Instagram. I'm going to throw it up one more time at Jaxx and Vega at Instagram. Is that the best place people can find out more information about you?
Definitely.
Right.
Awesome. Who do you both run that Instagram, or is just one of you take care of it?
Yes, we both writing comments, liking stuff, and all. Yes.
Awesome.
We both do.
Well, guys, definitely have fun coming up at Tomorrowland. It sounds like it's going to be one
Thank you.
Amazing party, and thank you for coming on the DJ Sessions today.
Thanks for having.
Thank you.
You're welcome. And on that note, don't forget to go to our website, thedjsessions.com. Find us on TikTok, find us on Instagram, Twitter, Meta. We're out there, but the website, thedjsessions.com. This is Jaxx and Vega coming to you from Frankfurt, Germany. I'm Darren, coming to you all the way from the virtual studios in Seattle, Washington for the DJ Sessions. And remember, on the DJ Sessions, the music never stops.